Hello class, today we're going to draw figure 3.28, and this is an example of what this figure will look like after it's drawn. And you can see it's two squares with one of them turned at an angle and they're interlocking. So let's go over and get started on this project. Okay, the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to make sure that our Ortho Mode is turned on. So locate the F8 key at the top of your keyboard and make sure that Ortho Mode is turned on. When it is on, it will be shaded in blue, and when it's off, it will not be shaded. So we want it to be on. Okay, and next type in line for the line command and press enter, and then 0 tab 0 and press enter, and this will start our line on 0 0 of the XY axis. So move our cursor to the right, type in 10 and press enter. And then move your cursor up, type in 10, press enter. To the left, same. And down, same thing, type in 10 and press enter. Then we will press the escape key to exit the line command. We're ready for the next step. Okay, our next step, very similar to the first. We'll type in the line command. So type in LINE and press enter. Only this time we're going to start at point 1, tab 1. Enter. So 0.11 on the XY axis, and our line is only going to be 8 units long. So type in 8 and press enter. Make your cursor go up, type in 8 and press enter. To the left, type in 8 and press enter, and down 8 and press enter, and then press escape, and we exit the line command. And this is what we have so far. So we're ready for the next step. Okay, in this step we're going to turn Ortho Mode off. So toggle the F8 key to turn off Ortho Mode, and you'll see that the blue shading is removed from the indicator down here. And next we're going to enter the copy command. So type in copy and press enter. And we're going to use a cursor to highlight the entire object. So we come up in this area, left click and release, and then just drag your mouse over and drag your cursor down until the entire object is highlighted, and then left click again, and then we need to remember to press enter. Okay, and at this point we're going to specify the base point. That's going to be 0 tab 0 and press enter, and we're going to enter 0 0 again, 0 tab 0 and press enter, and now we're going to press the escape key. And we have actually created an exact copy on top of the original drawing. So we have two sets of squares here, one on top of the other, and at this point we are ready for the next step. And in this step we are going to enter the rotate command. So input rotate, R-O-T-A-T-E, and press enter. And we're going to highlight this differently than we did in the previous step. In this step, we're going to touch each line individually that we want to be part of the object that's rotating. So we're just touching each of these lines, and you see how they change color once we touch them, and that's because we're indicating that these are going to be part of the object that we're rotating. The reason why we don't do it the other way and just highlight everything is because it would also highlight the original square that's underneath of this square. And if we did that, we would be rotating both of them, and we only want to rotate the one that's on top. So now after we've pressed we've highlighted all of the lines that we want to be part of the rotation, then we do have to press enter, and we're going to have to specify a center point, and that center point will be 5 tab 5 and press enter. And you can see how we are now able to move this. Now we haven't pressed anything yet, so if you want to move this around and just see how this functions, go ahead and do so. But what we're going to have to do is specify an angle of rotation, and so we will type in 315 and press enter, and you can see that perfectly rotates this object 315 degrees, and it makes that rotation exactly what we need to continue on with this drawing. So press escape to make sure that we have exited the rotation command, and we're ready for the next step. And in this step we're going to trim the lines that we do not need so that we can reveal the drawing that we're trying to draw. So type in the trim command, TRIM, and press enter. And this time we are going to left click and release, and then just use our cursor to highlight the entire drawing so far, and left click and release again, and then make sure to press the enter key to activate the trim command. And this is maybe the trickiest part of the entire drawing right here, to visualize the lines that we need to take away in order to make this drawing happen. So let's go ahead and get started. We'll start right here at this point, and the interlocking lines that we need to delete are going to be this one and this one, and then the object comes this way and it actually disappears under this line, so we'll need to delete this one and this one. Then as we follow this down to the bottom here, it will actually disappear beneath this part of the drawing, so we will need to delete this line and this line, and then our drawing will continue this way, and we will delete this line and this line. Our drawing will continue. We'll delete this line, and then this line, and we are just being very careful to make sure that we are removing the correct lines so that we get the drawing that we want. This line and this line, and okay, and I think that is correct. Just looking at it very closely to make sure. Okay, and if you need to go back to the very beginning of this video and look at the finished drawing, that may be helpful to visualize what needs to be removed at this step. But we are at the correct point now to advance to the next step. So press the escape key, and that will clear out the trim command, and we'll be ready to go to the next step. Okay, we're ready for our next step. So in this step we're going to select and apply some color to this drawing. So type in the hatch command, HATCH, and press enter. And you will notice that the ribbon of the AutoCAD changes at the top. And we want to make sure that we have solid selected, and then we can select a color. And we'll come to this drop down right here, which is actually the hatch color, and use the drop down arrow. We can come in here and select a color, and I'm going to just select white, and I'm going to apply that to the first square. Anything that you touch will turn that color if you touch it and click. So and at this point I'm going to go ahead and press the escape key. To apply a different color on the other square, we will need to repeat this step. So type in hatch again, press enter. Make sure solid is selected, and use the drop down menu to select the color that you would like. So I'm going to choose this red here and apply that color to the other ring, and press escape. That exits the hatch command. Now you can feel free to choose any color that you would like to complete this step, and when you get to this point, make sure you press escape to exit the hatch command, and we are ready for our final step. In this final step, go ahead, we're going to save the drawing that you've created. So to save your drawing, we will click the drop down menu in the upper left hand corner of your screen, and then we will go to Save As, which is right here, and then move your cursor over to Drawing, which is up at the top here. And when you click that, you will use a drop down menu at that point to select the folder where you would like to save your drawing. So you would click on here, select a folder where you would like to save your drawing, put it someplace where you know you can find it later, and then enter a name for your drawing. And I recommend that you use your last name, comma, and then space, and your first name, and then space, dash, space, and then whatever the name of this drawing is. So today it was figure 3.28, and then just click on save. And there you have it. So if you have any questions, please let me know. And this is Mr. Triplet signing out.